Welcome to the live chat, Chatty Patties. We are behind the headlines. Now, today we're talking about Taraji P. Henson breakdown or meltdown about pay disparity in the entertainment industry. While going on promotion for The Color Purple, when being asked about her comments in regarding to quitting the industry, she broke down because she's basically tired of being overlooked, tired of overworking, being underpaid, all that good stuff. And people on Twitter, people on Instagram, everybody want to know where's Monique because she's been saying this for years. And now it's kind of picking up a lot of traction. It's actually trending. And so we want to talk about why. Why is that? Why when one person say one thing or say the same thing that another person says is more favorable when it comes from someone else? And that's the conversation that we'll be having today. Now, as of right now, we don't have any viewers in the chat, but we're going to continue the conversation. However, whenever y'all see that live button showing, hop on with me so that we can talk because it creates dialogue. And in my opinion, it makes the show a lot more interesting so that we can give feedback on the comments or the conversation. So a few years ago, Monique was going around letting people know that hey, this industry, it is wicked, it's corrupt. There's a lot of inequality happening, right? And so when it comes to inequality, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's something that's going to always continue to happen, only because there's no such thing as perfect. In order for men to get paid the same as women, or women to get paid the same as men, or us to be looked at on an equal level, for men to be viewed as victims whenever they're sexually assaulted or whatever, there has to be a level of equality, and it's just something that I don't think that we will see. Now, of course, people fight for it because they hope to see it, right? But it's something that because we live in an imperfect world, I doubt that we'll ever see it because we won't ever get anything called balance because there's no way that it's just no way that it can happen. And so because of that, we can continue to put up the fight with people like Monique, who says that she's fighting for the people that's coming from behind her. However, the fight is just going to always remain because what's going to happen is usually the lines are just going to they're going to tip the line so that it can show or look like we have progress, and it allows us to get off the white picket fence so that they can say, "Oh, we did this," and it make you happy for a little while until the next generation come and they say, "Well, hey, that still isn't right because this is happening and that is happening." But what they do is they satisfy us just a little bit so that we can stop crying and complaining. So we'll let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 billionaires of Black people come through, but that's going to be it for now until the next people start crying about why is there only 10 billionaires in the world or in America? So Taraji says she's tired. And the real question is, why is she getting more of a response than Monique or a better response? And I think that I can answer that. But in order to answer that, I want you guys to look at the video. Now, y'all know I'm really, really big on watching stuff and hearing what they saying because people be listening, but they don't be hearing. So let's watch Taraji talk about why she's ready to quit. And then we can then pick up on more conversation as to what may be causing this rate of emotion.
You had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, "You work a lot." have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, here's a whole entire team behind us.
Yes.
They have to get paid.
You're tired.
I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I get that.
Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
What is it telling me? Yeah. And what does it tell me? Yeah.
You know? And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, don't apologize.
20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing. They play in your face. And I'm just supposed to smile and grin and bear it and just keep, like, enough is enough. This industry, if you let it, it'll steal your soul. But I refuse to let that happen.
Yes. On the street, Taraji, you had the audacity. Stop talking.
So y'all, that was Taraji talking about, her experience and what she's been experiencing for 20 years, putting in work, still getting basically some type of rejection on the back end, because whatever she feels that she's worth for her work and the skills that she possesses as an actress, she's not getting compensated for it. And we have to think and remember that these people who are in the entertainment industry, they have to put in a lot of work. They have to hire a lot of people because they are businesses, right? And in order for them to have that glam, that wardrobe, the hair, it's people behind them that they also have to pay. But not only that, just going a little bit deeper, like Taraji is a mom. So if she's been in this industry for 20 years, that's basically 20 years of parenthood that she probably missed and sacrificed with her child, all so that hopefully 20 years later she can say it was worth it. And at this moment, it's not seeming to be worth it for her. But again, this is what Monique was talking about when she talked about the disparities. Now, this was the question that originally is at hand. Someone had posted on Twitter, and I took off their name, and they said that it's sad how Taraji talk about being underpaid, and everyone rallied behind her. But Oscar winner Monique said the same thing and was labeled as difficult to work with. Now, why do y'all think that's the case? Is the question. The question is, why did people rally behind Taraji and not Monique? And I think I have an answer for that. Now, before we answer that, I'm going to go ahead and play a clip from Monique when she was talking about pay disparities. And it actually kind of aligns with one of the parts where Taraji was talking when she was saying, they play in your faces. Because in this clip, Monique talks about how she was almost wanted people to, or they wanted her to look at whatever she would be, the benefits that she would gain if she go out and promote Precious, the things that she would earn on the back end for the sacrifice that she made now for working for free ultimately.
Perry says to me, listen, you may really want to consider promoting this film, because if you get nominated for an Oscar award, your next film is $3 to $5 million. And if you win it, your next film is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. Where do they pay those type of salaries, brother? I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I cannot go overseas and do this for free, Tyler. So then he goes on about his spiel, I said, well, listen, you can write me the check for me to go overseas. I don't care where the money comes from, but I'm not going to do it for free. He says, well, I don't believe in giving money away for free. I said, I don't believe in working for free. So we on the same page.
Okay, y'all. So that was Monique talking about ultimately what Tyler Perry told her in regards to promoting this film, which was at that time Precious. Now, what is the difference between what Taraji said and Monique said? Nothing, because they both were saying that they weren't getting paid for the work that they were being asked to do. And Taraji P. Henson, in Taraji's case, she wasn't getting paid the amount that she wanted for the work they wanted her to do. And in Monique's case, she wasn't getting paid for the promotion that they were asking her to do. And the difference clearly is, in my opinion, that Monique was kind of like one of the first to step up and be a whistleblower. Monique was willing to let everyone know who, what, when, where, and why. Typically, that's not how it works in the industry. You have to keep your mouth shut and you have to go along to get along. Well, now Monique and her husband are taking a stand and saying, hey, we're not playing that game no more because we know better. And in order for us to be able to help the people that's on the back end, we have to be able to show them how to do it. Therefore, we're going to tell it all. Versus Taraji, she's coming and she's been saying the same thing, because this isn't the first interview on her talking about her pay and the inequality and the disparities that show between not only black actresses and white actresses, but between men and women and all. But the difference is presentation. Taraji is able to say it based more upon an experience. She's experienced this, but she's not giving all the who, what, when, where, how, and who all belong in that pot. And see, when you're the first to do something, you have to be able to be the catalyst. So ultimately, even though Monique was speaking for a particular group of people like Taraji P. Henson, like Viola Davis, who was very vocal herself, and again, people rallied behind her, but no one rallied behind Monique, because whenever you speak and stand in solidarity, you're saying something without saying it, and nobody wanted to ruffle feathers. That's the difference. When people want to know, oh, why is this and why is that, because the industry have blackballed Monique to a certain degree, and therefore if you retweet what she says about the inequality, if you um retweet what she said about any of her experiences, then you're going to say that you believe her. And therefore, if you believe her, then you can't be in the same room with Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and all this and that. Because again, even when Taraji said it, she just said it in general. She didn't say Oprah didn't pay me what I was worth. This director, he wouldn't pay me what I was worth. She didn't say any names. However, Monique is very vocal. So the question is which one is right, which one is wrong? Really and truly, neither. It just depends on you and your personality, what you're trying to convey, and who you're trying to convey it with. So people who are pro justice, like Monique, who are very stern in what they believe, they're going to say, oh, Monique is absolutely right. She needs to stand, take justice. And anybody that follows her, they have to be strong-willed at heart. Versus Taraji P. Henson. If you agree more with her, being a little bit more toned down with it and still wanting to be in the same room with certain people, then you might go about it in a milder manner. So those type of people are gonna follow and rally behind her, because you're gonna quote unquote take a stand, but without being able to feel the repercussions. Because although you speak about the pay disparities, we don't know who to look at. And in this day and age, if you're going to say something, people want you to say it all the way. They want you to quote unquote keep it real, right? So if you're going to tell us about it, tell us everything, which is what Monique wants people to know. Like, I'm going to tell you. Not only am I going to tell you, I'm going to show you, which is why she records the conversations. And that's the things that people want to step away from and they don't want to be tied to. So should more people rally behind Monique? Should more people rally behind Taraji P. Henson? They're both saying the same thing. So sometimes when you're on the track to make a change, you're going to have to take the hit for what's to come. So yeah, right now Monique may be taking a hit in her pocketbooks, but as she see, if this was her true call and purpose, she's not able to see the work that'll start to happen with people like Taraji Henson, who's deciding to take a stand and not work for the little bit of wages, because again, they sacrifice so much. Even us as content creators, y'all don't know. I mean, when I tell you, you don't know, because it takes a lot of time and sacrifice into the work that you do. First of all, you have to, and when you want quality, is what I'm saying. Because for me, the work that I put in, I feel that it is quality and it is well put together. Now, is there opportunity for growth? Sure. There's opportunity for growing in a lot of areas and a lot of things. However, those sacrifices that are being made is unseen, because not all creators are full-time content creators like myself. I work a full-time job and I try to do content creation on a full-time basis so that I can reap the reward and one day become a full-time content creator. And just like the people that we're talking about, they want to get paid because they're sacrificing, and they know, they start to learn the business throughout the years to where you see, okay, this is what these people are making who created the films and the projects versus what the people are getting paid. Now, should the gap get smaller? Maybe, maybe not, because again, there is a financial risk that is tied to that. But again, it's important for people, not only actors and actresses, but for us as well, to know what you're worth. And that's why when Monique goes to the stage, she has her numbers. She has all the information that can help her um, better articulate why she's worth what she's asking for, or why she won't work for what they want to pay her. Because if you don't show people that you know something, then they'll try to force you to believe whatever they want you to believe. So in this instance, I think that if Monique truly was doing it for the people, then she'll be proud for this very moment. However, when you look at her Instagram, she has not made a comment. And some can say, well, can you blame her? Because she said the same thing, and none of these people stepped to her defense. Again, it just depends on why you were doing it. If you were doing it out of sincerity for the people, then you can see this as a change, as progress, I should say, because nothing has changed, but as progress, because that means that the conversation is opening doors. And y'all already know, once stuff starts to happen and trend on Twitter, you can start to see a little bump in the road. Now, it may not change the whole life immediately, but people now know that there's an issue and that there's a call for change. So, another thing that people don't like about Monique Baby is her husband. And one thing that I kind of admire about her is, no matter what it is, you're never going to see her take the title off of her husband as being her husband or him as being her manager. You can't split up the two, right? And I think that that's what also plays a heavy factor in her, or in the way that people see her, because they don't want to have to deal with her husband. However, she's saying, if you're going to deal with me, you're going to deal with him. So there's not going to be a room that she steps foot in without him. And this, honestly, in this business, is probably going to be one of the best approaches to take. And I'll tell you why, in my opinion, because there's not going to be any room for divisiveness. They can't say, oh well, we tried to work this out with your husband, but he wouldn't go for it and he wouldn't stand for it. And you talking to your husband and it's like, well, what happened with that? And then people start to talk about, oh well, he's trying to sabotage you. Well, when you're sitting in the room and you're on the same page, that's less likely to happen. And so what she wants everyone to know is, whenever you see me, you see him. You see him, you see me. And it's going to create solidarity to where if nobody else stands and agree with what she says, it don't matter because her road dog is going to be right there. Now, is that causing them money? Probably more money, but not all the money, because obviously they're still living well and they're still able to do a lot of work. You just have to then decide, if I'm not going to be on the gravy train with the rest of the world, then I have to then create other revenues and other opportunities for myself, and create it in such a way that they come knocking on my door they come knocking on my door and not the other way around. So, will things change in the industry? I think it's going to change, but is it going to be equal? Probably not. But you still have to fight in hopes that there could be, because you want to be able to keep up with the change or the possibility of change. Because if you don't, then everybody's going to act like what you get now is fine, when we know that's not necessarily the case. It's okay and it'll do for now. However, what about 5 years from now? If no one continues to poke the bear, then you'll kind of still be at that same level. So, again, will there be equality? Probably not. But again, there's hope, and even if it never comes, you have to fight like there is possibility. And some can say that there's mindset as well, because you receive what you believe. But in my belief, again, is there's no such thing as perfection. And yes, in order to live a copacetic life, or in order to, live in harmony, there has to be a balance. And that I do agree, which is why, again, I don't believe that we'll see it, because the tipping of the scale is what makes the world go round. That sort of say, being against, keeping everybody divided, is what makes the world go round. We as people in general, we want conflict because it sells, because it's entertaining, and it's what people are used to. So in order to make things look a certain way, you're gonna have to make it appear to be. But in reality, we know that is not going to be what we want. So this has been our behind the headline, talking about Taraji P. Henson. Hi to whoever is in the chat room. Say hi in the comments so that we can know that you're here. But that's going to be my take on it, and I would love to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Taraji, um, more people should back her? Do you think that um, Monique, her not saying anything, is because no one said anything when she was trying to do what she was trying to do? Is that right, if she was doing it for the greater cause of the people? Let me know what you all think. Her breaking down, did that show a different level of emotion, which is why more people connected with her versus Monique? I'm definitely interested to hear what you all have to say. Make sure that you support the channel as we grow. We are going to be a community-based channel where we build each other up. We don't have to think the same things, but we do want to learn from whatever we're putting out there. These lives is going to be, again, for us to share information and to learn from what is being put out there, and to talk a little bit more about what's going on in the headlines. Make sure that you share, like, as well as turn on your notification bells after you subscribe, so that you know when we drop our next video. So, Chatty Patties, let me know what kind of content y'all like to see, and let me know what other kind of content y'all may want to see. that may be in addition to the hot headlines. So that's going to be all for now. And until next time, bye bye.